I'm Fred Ogola. I'm a decision-making expert. The main question that we need to ask about this is that, do we have a good leadership, decisive leadership, amid this COVID-19? My suspicion is that we do not have it. First of all, let me highlight by saying that leadership is about followership, meaning that somebody must make a decision, then others need to follow them. Is there anybody across the globe that is making a decision that the rest of the world is following? I think the answer is no. We have globalization, which people have said is the main reason why we can do business. People can be open to the world, we can grow world economies. People who could not be able to afford life in different parts of the world can travel. The world has become a global village, if you like. But with that also, which is a good thing, has come the worst part, whereby COVID-19 has come, and COVID-19 is about contacts. And because a global village, there are more contacts from different parts of the world than before. Like when we grew up, when I was living in the village of Siaya, we never even knew that some parts of the world exist. But now, even a young boy in my village knows that there's America, and then there was Trump, and there's Obama, and there's Putin, and the rest. So the main question is, do we have decisive leadership that can be able to guide us out of COVID-19? Like, you see what? The United Nations has helped the world walk away from so many things in the past. In fact, it was formed after the World War. Now, let me tell you why we don't have. If you come to Brazil, the president of Brazil, we don't even know him by name. In fact, Brazil has been more inward looking towards the Brazilian economy, less about the globe. You go to the United States, North America, Trump has got what's called nationalistic politics rather than global politics. In fact, when he was making his speech during the inauguration, he said he will focus on national interests of the US, and any other country's interest will be considered to the extent that it fulfills the national interest. And in fact, when he declared on the package of the $2 trillion to cure the American economy, he simply said that all the US adults who have lost jobs will be compensated. Meaning any other nationalities in the US who is not American adult is not going to benefit from that package, which means it's an inside looking. Canada, even nobody knows the president there. Now, before we go to Africa, let's come to Europe. Europe has EU, but EU has always been concerned more about the EU. In fact, to make it worse, they have internal issues. Like example, if you know, we have a leader in UK in the name of Boris Johnson. His more concern is about EU and Brexit. So Brexit is more about us, UK, not about the world and creating a big economy. You can go to Asia. Asia for a long time has always concerned about themselves, not anybody else. You can even go to Australia, and the Pacific is the same thing. Come to Africa. Every country is doing whatever they want. Like now, every country is giving a policy that they consider is important, but not thinking about the entire Africa or the globe. So basically, across the globe, there is no national leader who is decisive enough that the world is following. In fact, now, if we want to see, the main dilemma here is either save the economy or save life. That's the main dilemma. To save the economy means let people go to work as usual, others will die, others will stay alive. To save life is people to go to a total lockdown and save life. The economy will be thought about after life. Now, why I said we need a global leader now is because if only South Africa, out of Africa, people are saying Rwanda has, but statistics are showing that only South Africa is on lockdown. If South Africa is on lockdown, and other African countries are not in a lockdown, when they finish their lockdown, when other countries will still be having the virus will still continue spreading to those countries that have a lockdown, coming from countries which didn't do a lockdown. And therefore, the exercise of lockdown will be an exercise in futility for the countries that go through a lockdown. If there was a global leader, they could have simply said, let everyone in the world go on a 14 days lockdown. We've identified those with the virus, we take them through treatment, and then they join the rest of the world. But that's not going to happen because first, we have a very weak UN. United Nations is very weak. WHO is also very weak because they have been made toothless by the superpowers. Imagine this week during the G20, they were being invited to participate in a G20 summit. I think they were supposed to chart the agenda, not being charted agenda for, because they were supposed to chart agenda for the G20, G7, not the G7, G20 charting agenda for them. And that's why Corona has come at a very bad time when the global leadership does not want